In this video, I'm going to show you how to make simple, rugged curtain rods. I've raised 7 kids and I've replaced countless blinds and curtain rods because the kids, being kids, are a little too aggressive and a little too rough. So this is what my solution is. It's based on simple EMT half-inch tubing that you buy at Lowe's, and it comes in 10-foot lengths, and it's about 350 length, so you can make lots of curtain rods out of that. And then it also consists of these simple brackets. Now, this one I'm showing you is one that I made to go over a doorway where the door was never installed. It's down in the basement. So it's what I've done is I've taken the half-inch tubing and pounded nuts, 3/8" nuts, into the end of the tubing as shown here. And the way I did that was I took a 3/8 bolt so that I could hold on to the nut, and I held it over it, and then I pounded on the bolt, and that drives the nut in here, and it makes a real nice tight press fit that doesn't come out. So the bracket is a simple bracket that I've made out of some other material I bought at Lowe's, and the material is simply 1-inch wide steel strip that's 1/10 of an inch thick. It comes in 3-foot lengths, and they're somewhere around $4, so you can make a lot of brackets out of that. And the bracket consists of this. I cut a piece 3.5 inches long, and I drill 2 holes for grabber screws and 1 3/8" hole. This leg of the bracket is 2 inches long, and this leg is 1.5 inches. And I've mounted it up here simply with a couple of grabber screws. And on a doorway or a window behind it in the wall is a 2x4, and then there's a cap board that goes across, and if you space these just right, you can hit the 2x4s with the grabber screws. They also make very simple anchors that go into sheetrock, and so if one of the holes is out in there, you can use one of them. So then the curtain rod is held in by a couple of 3/8" bolts that are 3/4 of an inch long, and these are just simple hex head bolts that you get at Lowe's. So what I do is I stick the bolt through the hole, and then I take the rod with the nut in it, and I thread this on, and I do the same thing on the other end. So I tighten these bolts up, and there I have a really rugged curtain rod for a doorway, but it would also work for a window. And if you want it a little different for your window, you want the curtain rod to stick out a little bit, just add whatever dimension that you want it to be out from the wall to this bracket. This was 1 inch out. The center line of that bolt is 1 inch out off the wall. So if you want it 1.5 inches out, then just add a 1/2 inch to this leg of the bracket, which would make this leg 2 inches and that leg 2 inches, and you'd mount your hole out 1.5 inches. But as you see, that's really rugged. And the nice thing is the curtain goes right to the end, so when you're looking at it, you don't see the bracket, and it just makes for a nice clean curtain rod. Now over here I've got one with a valance, and it's made the same way, only with metal that's a little different. This is 2 inches wide, and I've mounted one hole above the other and out in front of the other. That's for the valance, and then the curtain slides on the inner one, so it goes tight up against the end. This one goes tight up against the end. And there you have it. Simple curtain rods made with common materials that you can purchase at Lowe's. How'd that go?
Great.
Good?